This time, somehow, like every time you won, there were so many emotions that were on your face. This time it looked very, very calm. Was it like something that happened easily for you?
I would say that the Rapid tournament was less dramatic than usual. I mean, there were obviously moments like when I blundered against Keimer and I had to fight for the draw, and obviously Vidit could have caught me if he won the penultimate round, but I would say the Blitz was different. The Blitz was tough. Like, maybe the reason why I didn't show emotion was that I was just too tired. I felt like I was running on adrenaline the whole day. So that was definitely the harder part. Yeah.
For me, one of the best things is to follow your games, and there were few games which I wanted to just talk about. I think in the Rapid, what stood out was your win against Fedosiev. It was just tremendous play. In fact, this entire concept with King D8, King C7 is well known in the Nimzo, but the way in which you played, I think it was phenomenal. Are you also happy with that win?
I was very happy with several things about the Fedosiev game. Obviously, I think I played a fairly high quality game for Rapid. Most of all, I was very happy with my mentality. I was quite upset at the end of day 2, since I felt that I'd really wasted a chance to pull a little bit ahead of the field. After I beat Vidit, I have 5.5 out of 6, and most probably 2 white games out of 3 coming up. So I felt that the chance to get to 7.5 or even 8 out of 9 were there. And going into the last day with a difficult black game, and knowing that I probably had to win, if I drew that, and I probably had to win 2 of the last 3 games, I wasn't really comfortable. And so I just got the inspiration over the board that when he played Knight of 3, I thought, yeah, let's fight, you know. Yeah, it really worked out. It really worked out well, and I have to say also, like, my mindset. As I said, like, I was really happy with my mindset going into the last day. It was sunny outside. I was feeling good energy, and I told my dad, like, I feel good. So when I feel good, I never lose, or almost never lose. So it was that was part of the reason why I chose the line that I played. I thought, yeah, as long as I'm on my game, even if we have a complicated fight, I should not be risking that much. But yeah, definitely, I think, like, overall, my play in this tournament was rarely brilliant. It was more about grinding out wins, getting the most of the positions that I had. But yeah, that one certainly stood out as a special moment from this championship.
Absolutely. And going to the Blitz event, I think day 1 was quite good, but all the action was on day 2. I really loved some of the things, but on day 1, there were a few moments like you missing this bishop e4 in that game against Shamshidin. I think you would have lost an exchange, I guess, and also bishop c5.
Against Yahomir, yeah? Wachidov.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wachidov.
No, rook h-b8 you played.
Yeah, that was against... actually, I was in trouble
Wachidov,
against
yes.
Shamshidin as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was... somehow I didn't sleep so well before the first day of Blitz. I was just tossing and turning and couldn't sleep for whatever reason. So that day was, yeah, I was struggling. I was missing a lot of things. I would say that I didn't have a single, like, objectively bad position, I think, in the Rapid, but in the Blitz they were coming almost every game. So the first day was really all about survival. Yeah, I mean, coming out of that one with a shared lead was obviously huge.
And then when you came to the second day today, you lost the first game itself against MVL. I think you just played bishop e7 instead of a6, and after that the game was so tough.
Yeah, I was feeling a bit better today, not like energetic, but fairly calm. And then I was apparently too calm because I just fell asleep in the opening. I mean, usually like when you make a mistake early, like you can sort of fight back, but I just didn't have any chances whatsoever after that. So yeah, it was a bit silly for sure.
And then you faced Sarana, and with Sarana you had lost last time at World Blitz. So he was already not an easy opponent, but the way in which again you played, I think, you know, you sacked. You first played rook a4, rook b4, and when you took on b7, it reminded me of this Kasparov game. I don't know if you
Yeah,
Shiro.
yeah.
And I thought you will play b4, but okay, there was e5.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's fairly typical when black goes for an early b5 that the b7 bishop is really the key for black to holding everything together. So you're this idea with rook a4, rook b4 was quite thematic. I think after that, you know, we both made a bunch of mistakes. I was definitely still shaky, and it was the same with the game against Arjun next. I mean, it was complicated. Then I was outplaying him a bit. Then I won a pawn and I got a completely winning endgame, and he started to fight well, and then it was just a total mess. So I think those games were quite typical of the day that I had today. That yeah, I mean, I just won by sheer will more than anything else.
But I really loved the game with you, Yangi. I mean, this idea of rook d4, c4, sorry, first a4, then c4, and you played it without much thought. Like you played it with once. I mean, that was insane.
Yeah, it's quite typical though that when you have this far advanced pass pawn that, yeah, you just have to do everything in order to push it forward. And besides, he hadn't made it luft for his king, which always like tells you that there may be chances for tactics. But I think the thing I was most happy about in that game was early on, when I thought for a long time, like longer than you usually should think in Blitz, and I needed some time to evaluate the position with
Knight c6, right?
yeah, knight c6, and the position we eventually get with two bishops against two knights. Because at first my thought was, well, that can't be any good. His knights are active and my pawns are weak. But I realized after a while that it was a lot more interesting for white than I thought at first. So I was happy with that. Then later I made a bit of a rash decision to exchange the bishop for the knight, because I'd only counted on him exchanging the queens when I thought, basically, oh, never mind, I had c7 after,
No,
otherwise.
Yeah, bishop d6, c6,
Yeah, I had
c7.
c7.
Right.
Yeah, never mind that.
No, but queen c7, bishop a8, would that be compensation?
Yeah, some compensation, but still much better for white. Yeah, okay, never mind. I was thinking during the game that he missed a chance by not taking cd6. Because, yeah, then my intuition was right that, of course, that's why I had queen takes d6 in my mind. Yeah, anyway, after that, it was all like move by move tactics, but I would say when your mind is not too sharp, but you're sort of playing by adrenaline, as I was today, those kinds of tactics are the easiest ones. When you can play sort of with flow and everything is forced, that's the easy way to play. the thing that I found much harder today are the positions where not that much is going on, like the game against Mursin. Like my play was very uncertain in these strategic games, but when it's also against Rapport, I would say, I mean, certainly there were mistakes made, but like everything was forcing. So then that I could do quite reasonably today.
And even against players like Arjun, who are young and very sharp, you are able to outwit them in the sort of time trouble, like sort of that phase, which itself is not at all easy, right? They are like, these youngsters are very, very sharp in time trouble.
Yeah, I think probably Nihal is the one who stands out for playing extremely well with just a few seconds. Yeah, Arjun is also extremely resourceful, so he's hard to put away.
And then in the last round, were you under a bit of a stress that you were facing Lemon and this black color, or you thought it was all okay?
Yeah, I was just confused about the pairings, and I understand the rule. Now I just think it's not logical. No, I mean, in my mind, like looking at the other games, like already for several minutes, I'd sort of been in my mind prepared that I got white against Levon in the last round, and then I saw the pairings and I was suddenly, I'm black, what the hell is this? So yeah, I was certainly stressed. Obviously it's not ideal to spend energy on that before you play an important game. Yeah, the game in itself was okay. Actually, maybe the few minutes where the arbiters were checking everything was helping me, because it made me just sit there and calm down a little bit, and it was fine.
You've won, you've defended both your titles now for the fourth time, actually. You did it in 2014, 19, 22 and 23. This must be a very, very nice feeling, right, for you, because I think World Rapid and Blitz is something you love to play.
I do love to play the World Rapid and Blitz, to be honest, like I shouldn't complain about anything, but I was hoping to enjoy the Blitz even more, because I feel like Rapid is usually the stressful part, and then the Blitz is more fun. But this time, certainly the Blitz was not fun. It was just very difficult and stressful. But overall, yeah, these tournaments mean a lot to me, and I definitely enjoy the challenge.
And 17th title, world title. I mean, it's similar to something like, let's say, Federer winning Grand Slams, or.
Well, there are only a maximum of 3 titles you can win a year in chess, or 4 titles in tennis. So. But I think this means that I've won more than half the Rapid and Blitz championships since they started to hold them in 2014, like when they sort of gained their prestige. So that's something that's very dear to me, for sure.
That's huge. And what does 2024 hold for you? Because you are going to play Chess 960 Classical in the first, I think, in February, which is actually something that you've always wanted to do.
Yeah, I will not be playing too much chess, at least at the start of 2024. I haven't, I've played so much this year, especially the second half of the year. But you're right, the one that I do play is one that I look forward to a lot. We have an amazing field in Germany, very strong, and also all very fighting players. And yeah, to get the chance to play Fischer Random Classic is yeah, it's definitely something I've been looking forward to for a long time. So yeah, that's gonna be a massive goal for me next year, and I hope that it will be a great experience and that we will see more of it.
Everyone will miss you at Vaikanze. I mean, you've been always, after here, you go to Vaikanze generally in a week's time or so.
Yeah, obviously it's not easy for me to skip Vaikanze since I've played it so many years, but I did feel this time that I've simply played a little bit too much and that I need some break.
And I want to ask you lastly about, what is happening with you in general about the World Championship cycle, because you are not playing, Ding is not playing much, he's the world champion. Now the candidates will happen and it's going on. It feels something is missing, in the entire cycle.
I would say at the moment it's not my problem. So I know that the World Championship is very important both to a lot of players and fans. I mean the classical World Championship, but yeah, for the moment I'm not trying to change anything, nor am I playing the candidates. So. I mean, you are right that it's a shame that the world champion is not playing and that the best player in the world is not playing in the classical world championship, but it's the way it is.